Good evening. This is the daily technical update for the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100 for Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024. Going to start here with the S&P 500. I'm on the 4-hour chart. And I keep finding that the current structure that really started off of the October, or actually the April 19th low. So I'm not going out one larger. So I'm starting on the April 19th low where we had minor wave 4. And we remain within that minor 5th wave up. And within that, we are still within the minute 3rd wave. Now, I thought the 3rd wave had a chance of being complete at yesterday's highs. And as it ends up, with the fact that we came down and we're bouncing all the way back up, it appears that we finished wave 3, minuet wave 3 at yesterday's high. We've done a wave 4, and now we're likely going to move up, make another high to complete the minute wave 3, start coming back down in that minute 4th wave. And unfortunately, wherever this ends, it would project to come right back down into here. So that's the thing, is as these get up, and they actually get smaller. So we continue to extend, and what I have to consider is 4 gets smaller. But here's the other side. The other side is that that's still within it. And if I bring it back down, let's take it down. Let's take a look at the hourly chart. And this is where we want to look, right into here. And we see that this high, so this could have been very bizarre. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have to kind of go with no. But we didn't make a new high. So it becomes way difficult to kind of start to put this into motion as to what exactly all of this is. So I'm pushing it out to there, and this is ABC 4. So if we take a look here, okay? So we have, and we go back out because that was a bit strange. Yeah, we're going all the way out to here, which is on the 21st. So let's open this back up, go from the 21st, which is right there. So we have that 1, 2, 3, and then this is going to be wave 4. And we're going to go all the way back out so we can see that we're not doing any damage to the 3. Okay, so you can see that because right here, it looks like, wait a minute, that it went beyond that. It's true. Because this was a 3, that was a 4, and this was a 5 within the minuet. And this is a minuet wave 4. So now, opening it back up and taking a look at it, it's like, oh, okay. ABC, and then ABC. So we have a chance that this 4 is not done yet. So if this is 3, A, B, C, right, for wave B of 4, and then we do come down. And if that's the case, now I'm going to pull this back, pull it back out again. Where can we come down to? Well, we've already kind of gone beyond that. So I would have to run my fibs from here, and here we are, just adding, just straight fibs, the retracements. And here we have 52.75, 236. Now again, 4th wave, previous 4th, it's again this one, would have to be. So that's 2, and then it's going to be 3 and the 4, and this is all part of 5. And so it's strange. It's a difficult count, I have to tell you, but we're going to stick with the fibs, and we're going to stick with what we have in front of us for when this could come down. The labeling itself might change a little bit because this would be, a little bit more of the looking for a little bit more. But eventually, once we're done, again, going all the way up, yeah, see, it becomes more difficult because it's subdividing so much. So I want to be very clear what we're dealing with because we've got a lot of 4s and 5s. That's a minor 4. We get up here with the minor 5. We're going to go one more. We get up here with the minor 5, then what we're completing is the intermediate wave 3. So here we are inside, desperately trying to finish the minute wave 5 and the minuet wave 5, and it's like subdividing and subdividing and subdividing. And that just wreaks havoc on trying to figure out what's happening on a little time frame, whereas the larger time frame remains the same. So it's working it out all the way down on these internal levels that we begin to go like, okay, so if this is minute 1 and 2, again of minor 5, and then 1, 2, a very extended third, 3, possible 4, maybe we get one more down to get a different level, or just another minuet wave 4 down here. So it's A, B, C, possibly. This is all crunched together because of that. If I come back down and we look at it on the 1 hour chart, then still we have the same thing, 3, ABC A, ABC B. We come back down into C, possibly bring us back to 52.75. Now again, the initial drop off earlier, and you can see it came right at 2 o'clock, was on the release of the Fed minutes. And the Fed minutes had dictated that there were more governors, presidents, and people that are member of the FOMC that they were in agreement where, well, we might have to hike rates. And they wouldn't stand and be in opposition to that as our battle with inflation continues. So that turned off the other mechanism, like, oh, cheaper rates, if they start bringing the rates down, that's going to be more positive, and we go. And so now we've gotten, basically, now we got all the earnings out, but basically prior to that, we still had, and there still are more coming. So, but the majors, so I imagine, we'll still get blips one way or the other. But I think overall, when you get the majority of the larger companies and the highly anticipated earnings done, then the market gets back to focusing on other things, i.e. inflation, i.e. the Fed, i.e. lower rates. So right now, it does appear that that's back in front of everybody, and that's what drove the market lower. Now, my opinion is why it didn't continue to just drop, and it held 5,300, which is support, which is a stronger support, is for right now, because of NVIDIA's earnings. So, and everything that supports NVIDIA, so they're reset. Now, we still might have a C wave down. Then we will have a cleaner shot, putting in that 4, putting in the 5, completing the minute wave 3, coming back down in a minute wave 4, which again would then be expected to drop us into wherever this one comes in. So if we go back up and say we get to 53.86, 54.35, then the possibility that in a minute 4th, we will come down into here. So, but for right now, if we get to here and go up again, then it's just a minuet wave 4, and that might come down a little bit. It should come lower than where we were earlier. Now, our next support for the move, again, as I measured it, is 52.75. Now, moving averages, even with the earnings and the deal and what really took place, I'm going to just start in the hourly chart. We're going to take a look here. We can see, even with that big whoosh back up, just starts the 13 and the 20 went, okay, whatever. And then the 50's gone flat, the 200's gone flat. And that kind of beginning to show us a little bit more that, okay, we might come back down. Here, at least give another test and likely a break below 5,300. That I think is coming. Before we're done, with the minuet wave 4, and then we scoop back up. Now, that's off of this level. If it comes down and comes below that level, and we put the 4 down further, then, of course, that then changes as to where minuet wave 5 comes in. If this stays as minuet 4, and the market does continue to rally from here, and then, of course, we're looking for it to break 53.49. And then again, our first is 53.86. Now, where minuet 5 equals minuet wave 1, which is the equality, 54.35. All things are possible right now. But I have to tell you, tomorrow we're back online with some economic data, the initial jobless claims. And then we have the S&P services and manufacturing PMIs. So I think we have one more that comes out at 10 a.m. But we've got a bunch of numbers that they could focus on and draw that inflation conversation back in. Then it might bring it back down, or at least 52.98. So that's 5,300 basically. That's where the 200, the hourly 200 sits, right at that strong support. But if a break, and it could come quick, is 52.75. And then I expect that maybe we rally back up in this fifth, and then I'd actually be looking for 53.86. We have potential up into here. Then we come back again, because that would put in that minuet wave 5 and minute wave 3. And we come back in a 4. And that's the one I'm talking about, that it has the potential to, oops, didn't mean to go out that far, to drop us back to here. And there you have the larger window and then the internal move itself. All right, over in the NASDAQ. NASDAQ was, of course, the beneficiary of, I guess, up there because of where NVIDIA sits on the weight scale. It's up there, and it's at Mag 7. So within that group. So here we are again. Same deal. Thinking that, okay, man, this had to be the 5. And it came after NVIDIA's earnings. So in fact, let's just take a peek. There we are. And is that actually that's the close, but it came in after the close, because I believe the close was down here. And then we got fooled around. Number came, we went down a little bit. This was, yeah, it also went down and then flew back up. And I'm resting right pretty much in the middle. Now, what's that tell us? Well, 4, there's the 5, possibly. And let me go out here. If I bring it out to this 4-hour chart, it seems to line up. See, the other thing, it's like everything is so, see, there you go. So now, if that completed minuet wave 3, right? So here we are, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, minuet wave 3. We're looking for a little bit larger of a pullback, but guess what? There it is. Back to that 4th. So I leave this up because we still can get up here before this is finished. And the way I can check that out is we go into the 15-minute chart and 3, and that's 4. So let's just open all this up because this is where we're trying to count 5. And look how sloppy it is. Look at this. And now we're going to try to make sense of it in terms of what just took place. So if that's a 4, we're considering this is 5, A, B, C, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, kind of something, back down. So I got to leave this all be. I got to let the market tell us because the actual algorithms, crazy. So there you see why I'm thinking A, B, we come down into C, and what we're finishing, again, puts us into that minuet 4th wave, which can bring us back down to here. if it really goes. What do we got going against it? We got going against it that NVIDIA is now above 1,000. So it was going to go there, and now they have it there. So do we think that this is going to go this way when they reopen? Do we think it's going to go this way? And if it does, then what is it? Possibility exists that we still aren't done with the fifth and the third, and that happens up here. Because if you remember what I was talking about, it's like, well, we had a little bit of a price trough. So internally, 1, 2, 3, 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3, 4 of 3, 5 of 3, I don't know. But these are our chances. This is what we got to look at. But let's just, so what we thought could be cleared up or put in place may take additional time. And these are small degrees, but if we continue to subdivide, it just continues to add 4s and 5s. Every time we subdivide internally here, it adds another layer to what needs to get done to the upside. So we have to allow for additional highs. Next up, in my view, even if I'm going to come back here and push the, I got to push this 3 up, and this is the 4. Yeah, it starts to get crazy, but I am going to allow for an additional rise up to 18,940 going off of that we are in this fifth, a sub-minuet wave 5. Can it be done there? Yes. Could this all be crazy and it comes back down? Yes. We're going to have to wait and see, because as I told you, take out the tails and it basically doesn't look like anything. There you have it. This was all ding, 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 ding. Take all that out, and what do you got? A little tiny 4 looking for a 5. Okay? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3, 4, 5. This 4 came down to the previous 4. This, internally, it's all looking good. So if we had to, not quite. Can't really tell you, but I'm going to leave it opened up into there. But with the high that we've had thus far, which is 18,830, I believe, should get broken again. We did. We've now gotten 886. Excuse me. Yeah, 880. 891, 18,891. So we need to get above there. So 18,900. And NVIDIA, they're just going to jump in. You can see the volatility. That is like it's going between $4 to $6 wide margin market and trading. Okay, so the craziness continues for right now, but I think it will. But let's leave it open there, and if we have additional, then we're sitting up here. Then it's going to be, will be my job to figure out, because this is where I was thinking that the larger move can finish up and be done. The minute fourth wave and a minor fifth wave and the intermediate third wave. That's what I was looking for, that it gets done up here. Right there. Intermediate 3, come back in intermediate 4, and then go back up in intermediate 5, and we end up in here. Out there yet to come. So if we can get up to here, then again, my expectation is that we will drop into a larger correction phase. It won't be the subdivision stuff anymore. It's going to be finishing up all those subdivisions and out to this larger level, and where we have minute, and then what we're finishing is minor. And then we go one more level out to finish that guy. And that one be with that. So in essence, wow, we are really going way back. So this third wave, this intermediate third wave, is very large. And it would project back to here. Now, what's going to drive that over the next, again, right? We got first thing about that we're going to run up to 19,168 or 19,100 up in here. And then we're going to drop all the way back down into here. And then we're going to run all the way back up again into here. That's the big picture. Dropping it back down, sorry to say, we've subdivided so many times that it's stair-stepping its way higher. And that's why we just keep putting these up. And because we're in uncharted territory, as it happens, you're sort of like, wow, that's a big gap. Wow, if it really gets going, it's like, yeah, because we don't have anything. We're going on fib extensions because the market continues to extend. So right now, this is as far as I'm getting in an extension of that. So that's where we're at. So tomorrow, honestly, we can come back off, still being in a smaller 4, and then having it turn and run back up again. Let me bring it back to that 15 because that's where all the confusion really sits, right? So is this it? But you see, AB 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that works as an ABC down. A, B, C, A, B, C, but C might not be in, or A, B, C, and this is 4, but it actually failed slightly. And now we're in 1, 2, and we get a 3, 4, and a 5, and we end up here, or a little bit higher. So is this a 4? And I need to move this out. Let me go out, don't go out too far. So this is a 4, and now I need to, but see, I'm not sure where to connect from to see where that 5 comes in. That's the problem, because I can't from here when I'm going to go down to measure up, because that's really what I think. Or is it here and then over to here and then measure up? So I got to let this all just happen. Even my fibs are a little bit tainted with all of this. So we're going to go with the bigger ones, and that's here. All right, I am going to finish here. Otherwise, I'm going to be talking detail. And so tomorrow, again, I'm just saying tomorrow, we have the initial jobless claims, S&P flash services and manufacturing PMI, and new home sales. That's what comes out at 10. And then one Fed president out speaking in the afternoon. All right, next update will be on Thursday, May the 23rd.